Okay, the recording has started, and this is the March 23rd, 2021 Rook community meeting. In terms of our milestones, we did a 1.5.9 just last week. Just moved my keyboard here. I've linked here in the agenda doc the release itself, which had a fair number of fixes. So that was a nice little patch to get out there. So that was out at the end of last week, like Thursday, maybe. So that is out, and now we're working towards another patch release for on 1.5. The 1.5.10 release would be next. I think that that's kind of a recurring, regular pattern every 2 weeks type of thing to get that release out there. Actually, it's more like a 3-week. It looks like probably shifted because the major 1.6 is going to go out. But I don't think there's any pressing issues that are in 1.5. I think on the board there's actually nothing in progress. I think too. Yeah. So nothing I know of that's pressing for 1.5. Alexander or Sebastian, same for you. You know of anything for 1.5?
I think there was an issue someone commented on, at least asking why this was removed from the what is the column called? Blocking release column. I'm not sure if I'm able to find the email again about that.
Which I was something with the object
search. I saw that too.
I saw that. Yeah, but I don't think there were any particular reason. I think just blocking release means that we're blocking the next pinpoint release, but now it's in the to-do list. So most likely, if it's urgent, it will make it for the next pinpoint release, I guess.
Do you know what number that was by any chance?
Maybe the one called endpoint is not available. This one.
This one here.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's comments in there from the latest. Yeah, there we go.
I added one, I think. Yeah.
I guess the reason is simple, is that nobody was really working on it. Ali has not really committed to get a fix for this one yet. And we had to release 1.5.9. So we couldn't block the release for this patch, for this issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it sounds like maybe a good candidate to get in for 1.5.10 then.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like the user base has grown somehow in 1.5. Yeah. or it's just that we're getting more issues. I don't know.
So on 1.5 specifically?
Yeah, I feel like we have, I don't know, more comments, more users in general. So more adoption, I suppose.
Yeah, but I think though it's kind of a mix, to be honest. Like it's not necessarily, I think, just everyone using 1.5. It also feels like a lot of people, to put like that, finally updating their older setups, or at least
I think people also updated. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and so they're kind of their first experience with the 1.5 series.
Yeah. Yeah, but most, like, I think there have been a few cases where, well, how should I put it? There have been a few people getting their clusters more or less messed up because they stayed on like an older version or something. But well, I think the how should I put it? I think the biggest jump I heard someone make was like from 1.0 to 1.5, and well, it's quite a jump. So,
directly?
Directly? Yeah.
And one version by version, but still.
Oh,
I think in between there's like there were 1 or 2 like knit things, or that came like we only realized after we have published like the latest one, something release again, or like not the new minor release, and it's just hard to help people with an old version, because it's like, hey, we haven't dealt with that version for like almost a year now, and yeah, well, it's good to see the people updating though, so it's good.
Yeah, it's fair. That is definitely could be a challenge to support older releases after we're not doing patches for them anymore, and they're also paged out of our minds as well too. It does get more challenging.
No.
Okay, and then for 1.6, we're coming up within another week here for our feature freeze, and the target here for the release is a week after that. So basically 2 weeks from now is when we are looking for getting the 1.6 release out there. Travis mentioned, gave me the heads up to go ahead and reach out to our graphic designer, Matt, for an image for the blog. So I've gone ahead and done that. So he's got 2 weeks to put that together, and it should be no problem with that at all. What is on people's minds for 1.6 in terms of like risks for not being included in the milestone, important features that we want to focus on, and things like that?
Yeah, can you actually move add support for surface mirroring peers configuration? Because I don't have a PR yet. I pushed a branch but didn't open a PR, but I'm working on it.
Yeah,
in progress.
One, please. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is in progress.
No
yeah. I have a lot of code for this already.
Perfect.
It's just that, yeah, we're just getting distracted with downstream issues. So yeah. But the goal is really to, I think Blaine's PR might be in this week.
Yeah, should this be in review in progress if there's already the PR that's open for it?
I just did the review today, but I spent like 2 hours reviewing it because it's enormous PR.
Oh yeah, 4,500 lines. Nice.
Yeah.
Of additions, that is. Cool. So let's. Do you want to move this to review in progress then? Because you reviewed it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Sounds fair. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Who's the assignee on this one?
Rohan. Actually, it's funny that oh yeah, the PR hasn't moved much.
Yeah, so this is resolving this. So should we assign Nitin to?
I don't think Nitin is. The thing is that Nitin is not part of the org.
Oh, okay.
So that's so annoying that you have to each time you want to assign someone to something, you have to
add them. Yeah, which is totally fine. We're happy to add people to the org that are contributing and doing commits, but it is like, come on, GitHub, can't you just assign it to somebody? It is annoying. Agreed. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we just
So that's in review too.
Come back to that
like.
one. It is in review indeed.
Yeah. Okay. So let's update that too. Okay. Anything
I think
else
there are a few that won't make it. I think there are a few that won't make it. Like allow to auto grow is on PVCs, for instance. I don't think anybody has really committed to take on that one yet. So I feel like we just it's kind of best effort. But like they will likely move to the 1.7 board. I think we do have a 1.7 board because I think I've added things for code hygiene and cleaning up stuff. So yeah, there
is a 1.7 board has been started. Yeah, good point. And we can move things from the to-do column that don't make it for this into 1.7. Yep. Okay. Alex, anything? What's on your mind for 1.6?
For 1.6, not necessarily. Well, more or less 1 or 2 issues which even just popped up today, at least on my mind right now. I think I saw this morning, and I just found it. Rook cockroach DB cluster opened 9 hours ago. Well. So nothing really separated or anything that, like, I just saw the issue popping up that someone is using the cockroach DB operator, and well. No.
Okay. But in terms of like issues that you you definitely want to see get included in 1.6, nothing comes to your mind?
Nothing right now. Yeah.
Cool. That sounds good. All right, so yeah, all the way to 2018. Geez, oops. Yeah, okay, so as we mentioned, 2 weeks until the release here, and so another week here until we get to feature freeze, and then we'll try to stabilize in the subsequent week, so next week. And by the next community meeting-ish, maybe this is the Wednesday, we'll be trying to get that release out there. So we're kind of winding down on that effort now. Okay. So we can move ahead, excuse me, to the community topics here. So KubeCon never gives us like a moment to rest, and there's already another CFP for North America, right? So that is 4 days after the release, that 6th release, the CFP for KubeCon closes. Most people don't do their proposals until like the 2 or 3 days beforehand. So I'm not surprised if anybody hasn't even thought about this yet, considering it feels like we were just doing one for Europe a couple weeks ago. But yeah, this is coming up. This should be on our radar for the end of the weekend there for Sunday, April 11th is when it closes. So into that weekend. Anybody planning on already know that they're gonna be submitting a proposal?
I think we will do the usual deep dive sessions as well as introduction sessions.
Yeah, sure. Where did we end up with was it you and Satoru as well for speaking at Europe?
No, I think we decided to let Blaine and Satoru.
Oh, Blaine is true. Okay.
To do it because we did it so many times, and yeah, I think it's time for them to get the spotlight on, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds
it's
great.
Just I think we were just where it's just too bad that we couldn't make it like the 4 of us or something because of the rules in place. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that rule had been in place before as well too, but they decided it had always been in place for non-maintainer track things, and then this year it seems like the first time they're enforcing it for maintainer track sessions as well too. So they're being more consistent with their enforcement, I suppose.
Okay.
Cool. Yep. So that's coming up for folks. I'll definitely be submitting something, but I got to figure that out. Yeah, it may be a good opportunity for things that were rejected for Europe to resubmit, maybe work them a little bit more, rework them and resubmit those, because it's fairly tight interval since the last CFP. So resubmitting rejected ideas is not a bad strategy. Cool. So it looks like there's a YouTube video out here for what's new in the new the Pacific release for Ceph. Well, that's already a pretty cool little graphic there. I like that. So yeah, so that's I'm not going to watch it together right now, but that is available, and folks can check that out to see all the new features and everything there. It's exciting. When was Pacific released, or what is the timeline around that?
Today. No, it's like literally should be this week or next week.
Oh, cool. So it's like super soon.
Yeah, it's like should be there almost. Yeah, awesome. Almost there. Okay. Yeah, that's the target. End of this month, and soon after we will be releasing 1.6.
Exactly.
I feel like if it slips, then we should slip a little bit as well, so that we can use it as the basis for our
that makes sense.
And everything. So it's just a few weeks anyways. So
yeah, that makes sense to me. I would not object to that.
Cool.
Okay, cool. And
but
then
let's see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, exactly. We'll be thinking good thoughts. There's already a YouTube video, so it's basically shipped.
Yeah, they're just doing a lot of backports now. So yeah.
Cool. Okay, and then I mentioned this in the maintainers channel, but it's worth bringing up here as well too for a broader audience, that So GitHub Actions, they had a security vulnerability that they sent out a message about just a couple days ago. The vulnerability was actually back in February, early February, and they fixed it apparently pretty quickly. But they so repos using GitHub Actions were vulnerable to the issue, but GitHub believes from their forensics and their investigation that there were not exploits of this in the wild. It was responsibly disclosed, this vulnerability, so it doesn't seem to have been exploited. But they did mention to take a look through in that 1-day window when we were vulnerable to this from the GitHub Actions bug, or February 4th, February 5th, to see if there was any unauthorized commits. Basically, the exploit would be that somebody could, with GitHub Actions, could craft a workflow that they could get access to your GitHub token and do unauthorized actions. So I looked through the commits and releases and stuff like that back then during February 4th and 5th, and I didn't see anything that looked unauthorized. I saw activity, of course, but it all looked to be from users that we're familiar with and people that are, expected work. So I didn't see anything fishy get in there, but if people want to take a look too for anything in the repo or any artifacts there from those 2 days, February 4th and February 5th, then that's totally reasonable to take a look as well too, just to get more coverage on that, more eyes on that. And then I had a question too, Seb, maybe you can help out with that. So we have branch protection rules in place, for master and release, all the release branches. I was curious if you knew what is the life cycle for like the Mergify branches. Do those get automatically created by the Mergify bot and then they'll get deleted?
They do.
Like, okay.
Yeah. They also, so if it's a release branch and the backport was triggered by Mergify, then Mergify goes ahead and creates the branch, merges it, and then removes the branch.
Got it. So should these? Oh, so this PR is still open, I guess, and so that's why it hasn't been deleted yet.
29 days ago. Oh, can you? I don't even know which one is.
Click on that one there. Huh.
Oh, okay, interesting. Looks like I missed it. Which I guess, yeah, I failed and
yeah, it didn't automatically merge, I guess, because of the failures here.
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for pointing that out. I will look at I think there's another one too. So I guess this one doesn't have pull requests somehow.
Yeah, and then this one here. Yeah, I don't know. Branch commit. So something merged in here.
I think I might have done that manually at the end, because if I click on the maybe there was a
on this PR
maybe
inside.
Oh wait,
or the commit.
No, forget about it. I think I know what I think I might have pushed by accident.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And so then that's keeping the branch open.
Yeah. So I think I must have mismatched, like made a mistake with the remote I was pushing to. So I guess, yeah, let me remove that branch. Yeah,
got it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah.
Thanks.
Then, so I was just when GitHub said that there were some unprotected branches, that are not covered by our normal PR, human manual PR workflow and branch protection. I was curious what they were, so that totally explains both of them, why they were there, and we understand those now, and so that's perfect. That's great. Sounds good.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, and then accidentally pushing to that branch, like mistakes happen, of course, and like it's that recently in another project I'm on, we accidentally pushed some AWS keys to the public branch. Okay. so we had to rotate all the keys and stuff. So that was the worst. That was worse than just this little commit that kept the branch alive.
Yeah, I think I was reading something about this. Is that and then I think they were doing experiments where they were like pushing out keys on GitHub.
Yeah.
And I guess they were just waiting to see how long it will take for those keys to be used. And it's just a few minutes.
Exactly. It only takes a few minutes before those keys start getting used and trying to access resources in your AWS. It's pretty crazy. And there's a whole bunch of automation around that now that like GitHub or AWS, they'll send you an email like within like there's a 5-minute delay before the public event stream goes out that people like, malicious people could see it. And AWS GitHub will send you an email, and then AWS puts the account into those keys into quarantine immediely as well. So the automation around it's quite impressive.
It is because like how do you catch like false positives or something like this? Like how do you know that it's not like it's interesting?
That's quite hard because for example, I have like a GitLab presentation, and I think I just generated like a self-signed certificate for it, and I added it as a secret in the repository and pushed it public. And I also got like an email of 5 minutes, and I was like, well, yeah, thanks for telling me there's a private key and a certificate and private key in a public repository, but well, that should be there.
Yeah. But thank you for the watchful eye.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, that's all the things we had on the agenda here. And were there any other topics that anybody wanted to bring up? All right. Well, cool. So we'll keep working over the next 2 weeks towards the 1.6 release. And thanks everybody for joining today. And we'll see you all online or on Slack.
Yeah. Thanks. Have a good one.
Guys.
Bye.
Take care.
Have a good day. Bye.